And welcome inside the Backstage Pass Monday, brand new week of shows. It is May the 8th. Hard to believe it has already started up again for another new week of shows there, too, as well. We're presented by our friends over at Bangtail Whiskey. If you haven't checked them out, check them out. If you love to drink, bangtail.com, easyliquor.com, and also Total Wine and Specs in Nashville. Our friends over in Honky Tonk, Texas. Don't forget, May 19th, Randall King is out there playing a big show. We'll be out there doing our coverage as always. And of course, our friends at Gentle Ben Spirits. If you like to drink there, the vodka, the gin, the bourbon is fantastic. Check them out at gentleben.com. It's the Prosecco process. The drink is so pure. It's just fantastic. I love mixing cocktails with it. They're inside Minute Maid Park at the Astros games, just outside the Crawford boxes there. You can actually go to the Gentle Ben bar and check them out at gentleben.com. Ricky Ford, appreciate all you do for the program here. And a huge announcement, I'm bringing on Grant Gilbert here as my guest today. He's got a new single. You know, we're a grand slam of sports and music, powered by the Sports Guys podcast.com. And Take Me Out to the Bar. I want to have a drink with Grant, too, because I found out this weekend, Grant, that my show is a 2023 nominee for the Josie Music Awards in the category of podcast, internet radio, and media. So I do want to have this drink with you, considering I get to make that announcement now, you know? So
I know it. It's time to celebrate.
It is time to celebrate. Well, let's start with this single because you've been busy ever since, we had talked a while back, and this single is really just kind of fun, and it's really cool how you guys took the instrumentation of the actually old seventh inning stretch, Take Me Out to the Ball Game, and just orchestrated and made the song Take Me Out to the Bar. Did you ever really kind of realize, I guess, one, you knew what you were doing, and then two, fans, man, have flocked to this pretty well so far, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's been great for us, and I had a lot of fun writing it and recording it. And we've had fun shooting the video, and I've gone and done a national anthem. I went and sang "Take Me Out to the Ball Game" at a baseball game throughout the first pitch. It's been cool. I was sitting at the Nashville Sounds baseball game because my buddy was pitching against them that day, and he was pitching for the Braves organization, and so he texted me and said, "Hey, come out to the game." So I was there, and everybody's like drinking beer, having fun, singing "Take Me Out to the Ball Game," and I was like, "I gotta write this as a drinking song."
That's
so,
a cool thing.
So we did.
Y'all did a great job lyrically, man. And again, I've seen the video is fantastic too as well, and I love it so much. And this just kind of fit so well with what I'm doing here. You know, being a grand slam of sports and music too. Man, lyrically, I think y'all really kind of use that expression, hit a home run too, because the writing side of it too really fit that instrumentation. Talk about just taking something like that in the studio and then using that old classic, like you said, Take Me Out to the Ball Game, for everything that came down through, I mean, guitar riffs to your vocals and how it just kind of all mixed and it gelled together.
Yeah, I mean, when we wrote the song, all we had for the melody was the "Take Me Out to the Ball Game" chorus melody. We didn't have the guitar riff, and then we wrote the song, and we were like, it's kind of fun. This is interesting. And I sent it to our producer, and he's like, "Man, I love this." And so he put the "Take Me Out of the Ball Game" guitar riff on it, and then we went to the studio and cut it, and just had a blast with it and made it fun and a little obnoxious, and people seem to like it so far. They hold their hands up at shows and count 1, 2, 3 shots, and it's been fun.
That's the cool thing. Is like you said, 1, 2, 3. I just love it because it's the shots part really got me going there too as well. Again, it was just something to have fun with it too, and I know it's going to be just another, hope, a big hit for you guys. And now, is this one you guys are looking to push to radio as well?
Yeah, we got to go into all the secondary radio stations in the U.S. right now, and maybe we can get some traction and go big radio. We'll see what happens, but it's been on some radio stations out there.
I love it, man. That's great stuff. And like I said, anybody that loves the mix of it too as well when it comes to baseball and music, and the two things you can't go wrong there too as well. Hey, talk a little bit about your background. I mean, like I said, that Texas country cloth very well, Santo, Texas, and I know your grandparents were a huge inspiration for that Texas swing. And I mean, you got the fiddle tunes, things like that too as well. Growing up, you had good taste in music, and a lot of that was due to family, right?
Yeah, I mean, growing up, that's what we do for vacations. We go to country concerts and go to Turnpike Troubadours or whatever country concert it was. We just kind of make a trip around it. And then when I got my driver's license, I just fell in love with country and just rolling the windows down and listening to it. And so, I mean, I was playing guitar, and I went to school out at Texas Tech, and I I'd play Wednesday, Thursday, Friday nights during the week, sitting on a bar stool for 3 hours in Lubbock. And there's something I wanted to do, but I just really didn't think it was a sustainable form of income or an attainable goal. And I just kept chipping away at it, and it was just a being persistent thing, and graduated. Got a publishing deal just from writing songs, and just hit the road and started playing shows, and haven't looked back. It's been a ride for sure.
Well, I love it so much. We're going to do something a little early in the show today, too, and have you play this current single out there. It came out there March 24th, so you guys can go stream it across all the digital platforms out there. If you got that guitar, you want to do a little Take Me Out to the Bar, let's do it.
It's hard to rock this one without an electric guitar, but
I know.
We'll have fun with it.
Have fun with it. Here we go.
Everything but the kitchen sink, with the middle finger up and her top down, deep living like she's sitting in the living room. These mountains on a can ain't the only thing blue. I send an SOS text out to my buddies. Y'all come get me, 'cause my baby don't love me. Me out to the bar with my party crowd, line up them glasses, pour the jack, little mother, 'cause she ain't coming back. Shoot out the whiskey. It's 1, 2, 3 shots go down on this cold heartbreak. Box playing all the moving old songs, and the pretty girl said, "Let me forget she's gone." This little moon shining on a disco ball. Got a good time, I just might crawl. Me out to the bar with my party crowd. Line up them glasses and pour the jack. So much, 'cause she ain't coming back tonight. Shoot out the whiskey. It's 1, 2, 3 shots go down on this cold heartbreak. I'm gonna keep on drinking all night long till go and gone. Me out to the bar with my party crowd, line up them glasses and pour the jack. Love her much, 'cause she ain't coming back tonight. Shoot out the whiskey. It's 1, 2, 3 shots go down on this cold heartbreak. Be out to the bar, yeah.
I love it, man. It gets you in the mood for a ball game tonight, too. Then you go to the bar, then the ball game itself right there, and find your latest dive. If that'll get you in the mood for great music, then I don't know what will. It does it for me. Take Me Out to the Bar. Grant Gilbert out there, too, as well. And, of course, check him out at the website out there. You guys can find more, too. We'll come back, grantgilbertmusic.com for, of course, the tour dates, merchandise, things like that, too, as well. We'd love to get those things out there, too. And just go download it. Like I said, your streaming platforms out there, wherever you download music. We're going to take a quick time out, pay some bills here, and, of course, come back and still have to talk to with Grant about the music and kind of get an update on some of the EPs, Loud and Clear, which is one of my favorites out there, and then Trouble Like Us, which came out there in 2021. Some very popular songs there, too, and definitely a whole lot more coming up here, and we'll still do rapid fire here in the segment, too, here. Presented by our friends at Bangtail Whiskey and, of course, Gentle Ben Spirits. A word from those sponsors. More with Grant Gilbert. It is the Backstage Pass, powered by the Sports Guys podcast.com, a 2023 Josie Music Awards nominee out there for Best Podcast Media Internet Radio for 2023. Coming right back, more with Grant Gilbert here. Hang tight.
The Bangtail pour is comprised of a sweet corn mash base. The front has a subtle sweetness and not too sharp. It has notes of a medium char or white oak for a smoky flavor in the middle, and the tail has a super smooth and warm finish.
Go behind the scenes with some of the biggest artists in music today with the Backstage Pass, powered by the SportsGuysPodcast.com. Join Brandon Morrill and his co-host Kirsty Krause as they talk to rising stars and legends about their music careers. Listen to their latest tracks and learn fun facts about the men and women behind the music you love. And be sure to tune into the Backstage Pass Monday through Friday from 3:30 to 6:30, powered by the SportsGuysPodcast.com. And welcome into the Backstage Pass. And if you like drinking there too, you can do that, gentleben.com. And of course, go by the tasting room in Alvin, Texas, or if you're at the Astros game, we're just talking a little sports and music, which we do here on the show with Grant Gilbert. Take me out to the bar, go by there, and you can find the bar there at Minute Maid Park.
Right.
Gentle Ben Bar outside the Crawford boxes at the Houston Astros games down here in Houston, Texas. Back here with Grant Gilbert, presented by our friends at Gentle Ben Spirits, and of course, Bangtail Whiskey, and our friends over at Honky Tonk, Texas, May 19th. Randall King out there too. And I tell you what, I love this song. Again, Take Me Out to the Bar, which is across all the digital platforms. Hey, I mentioned, Grant, before break there a little bit about one of my favorite EPs you guys had put out there. It was a couple of years back when I actually started this show, and I guess I met you, Loud and Clear. It came out in 2019. Some really cool songs on there. Hub City Shakedown, which is one of my favorites that y'all let it off with, and of course, held on to. That was the second song there. I know one of the singles that y'all released was Denying Desires, which was before this EP. So give us kind of an update there. It's still popular songs to play at live shows. And I thought it was just some great country music, man.
Yeah, I'm still proud of those songs. It's been a couple of years, but actually a couple months ago, for speaking of Hub City Shakedown, the Texas Tech football team has really gotten behind that song since we're talking sports and music. And so we went out to Lubbock a couple weeks ago, and they turned on the big lights. It was like a Tuesday night, and we turned on the lights to the stadium, and Coach McGuire and everybody was out there, and we shot a hype video and / music video for us to use and Texas Tech football to use next year for Hub City Shakedown. So yeah, they're going to be playing it in the stadium on the Jumbotron, like every turnover or whatever. It's kind of a hype song.
I love that, dude. That's how things work out between sports and music. How about that? Shooting videos out there they can use. And the hype side of things, with expected to be a school to contend there as well. And Coach is doing a great job. Coach McGuire building that program out there too as well. Great recruiting. Love them so much too. And congratulations on that too. And if I ever get out to a game, that's going to be so cool just seeing it on the Jumbotron and having your stamp on Texas Tech football. Hey, take us a little bit back. I guess 2021. Trouble Like Us kind of followed that EP, and you really had a song that really, I mean, again, knocked it out of the park here. I love to use those terms, the winning touchdown, what have you. I Don't Want to Be That Guy. And that really set the tone for that record, too. Great instrumentation. Fantastic job putting that song together in the studio. Talk about the writing behind that one, too, man. And lyrically, that was told from, I felt like a personal side of things. That's a great song.
Yeah, I mean, that whole album we recorded after COVID, or I guess in the middle of COVID. We were supposed to go in like a week. It was like 2 weeks after everything shut down and go record that album. And COVID hit. And, just if you're in the entertainment business and for musicians and bands, we were totally out of work for a year and a half there. And I think we went in of October 2020, recorded that one. And we had some guys with the band leave, and then a couple of us were still there, and then some new guys on their way in. And it was just a project that we kind of made happen on our own after going through COVID and trying to figure things out. And I'm really proud of how it turned out. And there's the songs on it are kind of all over the place. There's the I Don't Want to Be That Guys, and then like the Sundowners, and there's a little bit of country and some rock stuff. And It was just the album. We really didn't have anything to lose at that point, and really didn't know where we were or where the world was at that point. And I'm proud of how it came out, and it opened up a lot of doors for us. And if we wouldn't have recorded that, I don't know if we'd still be making music today. So it kind of kept the lights on for a minute during COVID.
That's all you can do, keep the lights on somehow. But no, it's really good, authentic country music, man. You're telling stories that through personal experiences and making people really believe in that and kind of resonate with the music too. And that's just such a great song when you talk about that one. Really, I don't want to be that guy. I mean, that's just one of those you can crank up in your car, truck, whatever vehicle you drive. And it's such a feel good song. It has that message sent out to so many people, but I resonated with it in so many ways too. But it was just a really just feel good country music. So really good job. I also loved the second one on there, Trouble Like Us, which really kind of had another good feel to it too, as well. As that one's still popular at the live shows?
Yeah, we've been playing now. We still play it. And I mean, it's just kind of about where I grew up. There's not a whole lot to do besides drive around at night and maybe learn a guitar to impress a girl, It's whatever it takes. So that's
no
cool
doubt
about that. So.
Now tell me about this one too, because I know we kind of got out of it 22, and you guys again still making music out there to put out there to fans, because fans just clamor these singles coming out. In fact, I'm seeing more artists now put out singles than I am EP, and I know there's a huge cost differences in singles compared to EPs and things like that. She Goes Home, and I think this was really cool because the parentheses, you look out there, that dirty breakup song, which is but this is a cool thing because again to be able to make music, put out something that's kind of fun and just one of those things. It's just you take some lyrics, you have fun with them, you put a beat to it, have a good time. But this turned out to be at least a song that really stuck out to me again for She Goes Home, dirty breakup song.
Yeah, I mean, this is definitely the one that people, when they come to shows, they want to hear us play that one. And I mean, we just have fun with it. We wrote it that day, and I don't know if we were really I don't think we were dead set on the fact of writing a breakup song. It was just the whole thought of how after breakups, guys go to the bar and go crazy, and girls don't most of the time. Sometimes I guess they do, but a lot of times they go to their mom's house for the weekend or have wine night with their friends. One of the guys just drinking himself to death at the bar. And we just had fun with the whole idea of that and writing that song, and then put it on social media. And I guess for some reason people just started calling it the dirty breakup song. So I guess the fans kind of got to name that one a little bit. It was just a after the fact kind of deal.
And then I'll tell you what, man, before I take my next break and we'll have you play one more for us here, one that really, it hits close to home in so many ways, but God and Everybody. Let's talk about the writing behind that one, who you worked with, and man, that really, really hits home.
Yeah, no, I wrote that one with Jordan Walker and Reed Isbell. And I was up here in Nashville writing. I was still pretty new to co-writing, and I met Jordan. He's from Vernon, Texas, and he wrote When It Rains It Pours by Luke Combs, and he's got some big hits. And I had a title called God and Everybody, and there's a festival down close to where I'm from called Larry Joe Taylor Fest. And everybody stands on an ice chest and listens to a country concert. And we're like, man, that'd be cool if we kind of wrote around the idea of like falling in love at a country concert, and dancing, and with a girl dancing on an ice chest. And so it's about just kind of having too many drinks and being the I love you person and telling the prettiest girl that you love her. So we should have fun with it.
Fun song, no doubt about it too as well. And all these songs are downloaded. What's that? What were you saying?
I said it was just a little song about being the I love you drunk kind of person.
Yeah, I love you.
Everybody knows that guy.
They know that guy, no doubt. Now, all these songs are available, downloadable out there. The ones we're talking about today, you guys can go check it out there. Apple Music or wherever you subscribe to, definitely, or check out GrantGilbertMusic.com too. Hey, we'll take a quick time out, allow you to grab the guitar, and come back. What did you want to play for us? Let's do a dealer's choice. How about that?
All right, we can do my single we put out right before Take Me Out of the Bar, Six Pack State of Mind with Josh Abbott.
Six Pack State of Mind. We're in that right now. Six Pack State of Mind and a Whiskey State of Mind here on the Backstage Pass, presented by Bangtail Whiskey and our friends over at Gentle Ben Spirits and Honky Tonk Texas. Coming right back Hang tight, Grant Gilbert performance, and we'll finish up with rapid fire here. We'll probably squeeze in a little baseball talk there at the end of it. My team's not doing too well this year with the Houston Astros, but I'll get Grant's interpretation. Are the Texas Rangers for real, for God's sakes, finally, in a matter of the last 10 or 11 years? Coming back, it is the Backstage Pass powered by the Sports Guys podcast.com and a 2023 nominee for the Josie Music Awards out there too as well. Pleased to say that here, first time here on the show here. Great week of shows coming up here too as well on the Backstage Pass. Hang tight, quick timeout, coming right back. Go behind the scenes with some of the biggest artists in music today with the Backstage Pass, powered by the SportsGuysPodcast.com. Join Brandon Morrill and his co-host Kirsty Krause as they talk to rising stars and legends about their music careers. Listen to their latest tracks and learn fun facts about the men and women behind the music you love. And be sure to tune into the Backstage Pass Monday through Friday from 3:30 to 6:30, powered by the SportsGuysPodcast.com. And welcome into the Backstage Pass.
The Bangtail pour is comprised of a sweet corn mash base. The front has a subtle sweetness and not too sharp. It has notes of a medium char or white oak for a smoky flavor in the middle, and the tail has a super smooth and warm finish.
And back here with Grant Gilbert on the program here. Take Me Out to the Bar, the current single out there across all the digital platforms, and all the songs we're talking about today you can download at your leisure. Tomorrow, Ashley Ryan comes on the program, another great emerging country artist here on the program here on the Backstage Pass, powered by the Sports Guys podcast.com. And I love this one, Six Pack State of Mind. Take it away, brother.
All right. Tile, but heavy in a bar. Treat that work week when I'm tired for a little Friday night good. That time clock bombs ticking, I'm watching and minute into this echo. I'm gonna put one cannon from who said you're straight? Give me 4 sheets to get y'all I'm in. 5 o'clock quit time, 6 pack stay behind. I need a blue jam, beauty queen, and all the whiskey drink next to $100 bill, see that honky tonk beat Jersey. I'm gonna put one can in front of the other two.
You gotta love it. 5 o'clock quitting time, 6-pack state of mind. I love that lyric, man. How that run right into that. The name of that song was just just fantastic music out there too. As well, I know that was the single you guys put out before the one we talked about today too, as well, which was "Take Me Out to the Bar." And this, I'd ask you about this and break this one down because I know Texas legend Josh Abbott, which is really cool. You got to work on this project with for the one that's out there, 6-pack state of mind. This had to be, first of all, Josh Abbott, man. Enough said right there when it comes to working with Josh on this great song you guys have put out there. But I love the fact is there's so many cool things about it too, and just another great drinking song, right?
Yeah, I mean, we just had fun with that, and all you gotta do is like count to 6.
Yeah.
It's not too bad. And yeah, Josh was down. He was down to jump on it. I texted him, and I don't even know if he listened to it. And he's like, I'm down. And so we had a lot of fun with it. And he's a Texas Tech guy too, so we had.
There you go. I mean, like I said, had one on the other day who told me to tell you hello to as well because West Texas guy too. But Randall King was on the program just last week. Another guy who knows your area very well too. And crazy to see that guy kind of climb and do what he's done. We're kind of supporting him here on the show too. But I tell you, man, there's so much.
On the ladder.
I tell you, man, you are too. There's so much talent, man. It's a crazy how so many artists, Grant, don't even have to leave the state of Texas anymore. They're just kind of right here, doing their thing. Although some do, they'll go out and get other shows out there. But you see the Josh Wards and the Randall Kings, the Josh Abbotts, the Jason Boland, the Wade Bowens. I mean, there's so many great artists here that are just killing it in their home state.
I know there's something about Texas. I feel like Texas keeps it pretty real, and they've just kind of got a little network where you can kind of carve out a living playing music around here.
Nothing wrong with that too. Like I said, do it in good taste, and they all got their followers out there doing it, man. And it's just great to see the live shows open back up. Let's talk about that because you guys are going to be kind of close to my area down here playing some shows in Texas, Oklahoma. Talk about some of the ones that are coming up here for May in the month of June.
Yeah, we're playing in Durant, Oklahoma, Terrell, Texas in May, Godley, Texas, Katy, Texas. Got Amarillo and a couple other towns coming up. So we'll be making our rounds. We'll be putting some Texas miles on the van trail.
Some Texas miles. In fact, coming up, I think it's May 19th is going to be Durant, Oklahoma at Gillies. And then May 20th, I was just checking. Make sure you guys go check out the website, GrantGilbertMusic.com. May 20th, the Silver Saloon in Terrell he was talking about. And then the one, I wish I was in town for that too. I got a graduation to go to that night. If I didn't have a graduation, which, again, congrats to my niece for graduating, May 26th in Katy at Moe's Place. So if you guys want to check out more there, GrantGilbertMusic.com for the shows and merch and everything like that. Hey, one final song I want to throw out there so people get the kind of the backstory of before I jump into Rapid Fire, which came out last year. What's Stopping Us? I thought it was another kind of a cool song you guys put out there. Really good feel to it, and there was some really cool instrumentation, some things you guys did with the guitar riffs and things in there. Give folks kind of the backstory of that one.
Yeah, well, that was the first thing we had on that one. Like sometimes it's the title, sometimes it's an idea, sometimes it's a guitar riff, and that one was just we started playing that guitar riff that's at the start of the song, and just kind of wrote the whole song around that. And it's just kind of about the idea of maybe being in a bar to get over something or somebody, and somebody asking you if you want to drink, and then hanging on for the ride and seeing where it takes you, because there's nothing stopping you. So I mean, it's just falling in love over a few drinks.
You know what? Like I said, every country star has got to have great drinking songs, and you've done that in your category of music. You've got some great drinking songs.
Hey, yeah, we're practice. We practiced writing drinking songs a lot this past week in Key West too.
Yeah, that's where, because I got some texts where Kirsty Krause, my co-host, was down there too, and then also there were, I think Emma Zink was down there, Kenzie Coppin, and I had so many texts from great artists. So Key West, the Songwriters Festival, how was that for you? And I mean, that's always a hell of an experience. I've got to do that. One year, people say I've got to get up on my things, pack, and fly down there and like do these shows from Key West. Is it as good as everybody says it is?
It's a lot of fun. It's like going to Broadway in Nashville, except on an island. Like it's just bar after bar after bar, and I was ready to get home by the end of it. I don't know if I had it. I don't know if I had any more in me. I am tired. We got it. I think we got in last night at 4:00 from the airport. So I'm worn out and need a detox.
The detox. A little bit too. Well, I tell you what, I made myself a promise. There's a lot of great talent in the category for these Josies this year for the JMA's Josie Music Awards. If I win the award, Grant, I'm going to book myself the flight and go down to Key West next year in May. I'm going to broadcast the shows from the Key West Songwriters Festival. That's pretty good?
I'll see you there when y'all win. All right.
Well, I tell you what, there's a lot of great talent in that category, and I know it's a panel decision, committee decision. So, hey, best of luck to all the nominees out there too as well. But I tell you what, Grant, when you're a competitor, you want to win, no doubt. You want to take home the trophy and the hardware. So if I do that, I've made myself that promise. We're going down to the Key West Songwriters Festival and broadcast there at whatever bar we can find. So
that'll be a good celebration.
No doubt about it. I'll take some time off from work and we'll go have fun down there at an island down there in Key West, which I've been to before. And it was, I'll tell you this, brother, it was one of the most beautiful sunsets I ever saw down there on that beach. It was fantastic. And I've been there. I went deep sea fishing down there. So I caught a Miami Marlins baseball game at the park. And then of course I went to, I believe it was right there. Yeah, it was in Miami and it was called Versailles. And Versailles was actually a Cuban restaurant that, if I remember correctly, some of the best Cuban food you can ever try. But the restaurant itself was actually used as they filmed I can't remember if they filmed part of the movie there or at least some of it, but some of that was actually used in the movie Scarface with Al Pacino. So it was kind of a cool thing to be that close. Miami, drive down to Key West was probably about 2.5 hours or so, somewhere in there. But I guess I start taking your mentality. When we win the show, the award, we're going to go down to Key West and hit up some of the great talent that was down there, because I did monitor that this past weekend. Had a bunch of my friends who are great artists like yourself text me and say, we're having the time of our life. You should be here. Yeah, I wish I could have been there with you guys, but I know how tiring it had to be to get in.
It was long. It was Wednesday till Sunday afternoon. It was long.
It was a long time, no doubt about it too. Well, hey, let's do a little rapid fire. I know it's just 34 games into the season for my hometown Houston Astros here, but I will say this: some injuries and pretty much all injuries this year. I wanted to ask you about this because I've never can say I rooted for the Texas Rangers. I mean, if they get in it, and let's say Houston hasn't, but Houston's dominance over this last 6 years in Major League Baseball, man, I don't know if DeGrom stays healthy. To me, Texas is for real this year. I know it's kind of early in the season. For you, is it Rangers, Astros, a little bit of both, and you think Texas is for real this year?
I mean, I hope they are. It's been a long few years since 2010 and 2011. But I really hope they're for real. I hope Seager gets back and gets healthy, and DeGrom can stay healthy. So I think it's all going to depend on that and just showing up and playing good baseball, I guess. We've choked a few times in some big situations, so we got to get past that. On
the flip side of the token, though, I'll look back and I say, it's been a good run, 6 years for the Astros, 6 straight LCSs, League Championship Series, 4 appearances in the World Series, 2 titles. I hope this is not the, I guess, closing or changing of the guard, I should say, closing of the gate, what I meant to say, because every team goes through a rebuild, and of course, have the injuries to Michael Brantley, Jose Altuve, now Garcia out for the year with the Tommy John surgery. I don't want to say the window's closing for Houston. I still think there's a little bit of it open, but they got to get healthy, Grant.
Yeah, I need the Rangers to be healthy. We spent a lot of money on DeGrom, so that pitching wrist better get better.
Well, and like you said, Seager coming back, and the lineup there. I mean, Texas for the first time in years, I will say, it's a pretty balanced lineup with Garcia and some of these young guys in it too as well. And hey, former Texas Tech guy, Josh Young, just got Player of the Month there, and he tore it up, man, for the Texas Rangers.
I know, it's pretty cool. It's exciting, and I think we might be able to put something together over the next couple of years.
It's a great foundation. And I will say this, I was down there watching him in spring training in Arizona back at the end of March. I caught one of their games and surprise. DeGrom had pitched, and I talked to one of my good buddies. He's a broadcaster. He's actually coming on the show in a few weeks. CJ Nitkowski. He broadcasts the games on Valley Sports Southwest down there too as well when they have the television games. We watch him down here for the regional sports network. And CJ will tell me the difference was, I think, adding DeGrom was a huge piece, no doubt. The clubhouse got better. I mean, just his fact that he was up for so many great awards, a Cy Young, and fought so many injuries to come back and pitch well. And now I think he's bringing some of that good karma down to teach these young guys how to win, because he's won at the highest level. And I think it's CJ just told me the feel of it down there was amazing. Got to see the tone that Bruce Bochy brought in spring training. He brought that winning mentality from the Giants over winning 3 World Series. So I kind of felt something was different for Texas this year. Of course, nobody would listen to a guy that has a sports show, right? You listen to his opinion. But I kind of felt like it was something just was different with Texas this year, and I hope they keep it up because I think that we need both Texas teams to be successful, and I really want the Rangers back in it for the first time, like you said, to be relevant again for the first time since 2011. So
yeah, when you're winning, baseball's fun. When you're not, it makes for a long 162 game season.
Now, now I was going to ask you, high school, college, did you play baseball?
I played high school baseball, and that was the end of it.
What position did you play?
I was first base.
First base. Okay. All right. What was your best game? Best offensive game?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I wasn't just like a slugger by any means. I was better running a football than I was at hitting the baseball, but I enjoyed it all. I was from a small town, so you got to play football, baseball, basketball, and run track, so.
A little bit of everything, no doubt about it.
Yeah.
All right, last song that you listened to on, I guess, either radio that wasn't yours, or let's just say you streamed, or any kind of device. What was the last country song you listened to that was not Grant Gilbert?
I'm going to say Up Yours by Trey Lewis.
He's one of my favorite artists. He's put out some really catchy stuff over the last couple of years, and he's just a fun guy to talk to in the industry. And what a creative writer he is in his own mind, because Trey's done some real cool things. I got to catch up with him. It's been a while too as well. All right, last or favorite food you got to have in Key West when you were down there. What was your favorite cuisine?
The lobster tail.
Amen. Okay.
Okay.
No, I'm sad, dude. You really can't go wrong with that too. All right, Grant Gilbert ordering a pizza. What toppings go on it?
Just cheese and hamburger meat. That's it.
You know what? Making a cheeseburger pizza, nothing wrong with that. I'll tell you what I did this past week was a friend of mine brought some over, and it was like the Domino's, the pan. I know it's not good with all the grease and stuff like that, dude, but the pan was where it was this week. I couldn't, all the hand tossed, the thin crust, but the pan pizza at Domino's was actually pretty good. So I had to give it a try.
The greasier pizza it is, the better, in my opinion. So.
Yeah. No doubt. And I can tell you this, I actually caught some fish down there when I went deep sea fishing in Key West a couple of years ago with a buddy of mine, Captain Dan Zire. He owns a boat called Fishing Keys down there. And stand by his product. We went shark fishing and we did some yellow tuna, some stuff like that. I actually grabbed it all up. They filleted it for us. We took it to a local restaurant there, man, and it was some of the best fish they cooked on the spot right there.
Man,
so
that sounds fun.
I love deep sea.
Go back.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you what, if I win the award, I'm going down to Key West, broadcast from there. And if you and I meet up, let's go fishing down there.
All right, that's a deal.
I love that. Hey, tell me about, we'll finish with this one too. Again, Take Me Out to the Bar, the current single from Grant Gilbert. Check it out across all the digital platforms out there too, and visit grantgilbertmusic.com for the tour dates. Let's kind of run down a little bit of, I guess in a way, looking at so many great musicians out there in these award shows. And I think, I know the CMAs and ACMs are coming up too as well. It's amazing the talent, like we mentioned about Texas. But man, everybody's flocking up there in Nashville too. 10-year town, great songwriters. This female movement coming out of Nashville right now. And I'm sure some of these ladies you ran into down there at the Key West Songwriters Festival has to be fantastic. What's your thought on this female movement now? It's crazy.
I mean, I think it's great. I mean, I think Lainey Wilson's leading the charge, and then you have like the Meg Maroney, Ashlyn Kraft, Casey Tyndall, all those girls, Meg Patrick. I think all of them are leading a strong charge and bringing the heat. I think they're great. I think they're all great.
They're just fantastic for the industry, man. Like I said, hey, congratulations on all the success. I know more's coming for 2023. Take Me Out to the Bar, just beginning. That one that came out March 24th, and check him out at grantgilbertmusic.com. I know you guys are excited about more projects coming up for this year. Hey, get some rest. And I tell you what, we get to do this again when the new music comes out, man. I appreciate you always dropping us a vine,
All right. Well, we'll be seeing you in Key West soon.
If I take home the 2023 Josie Music Award nomination for Best Podcast Media Internet Radio, you have my word. I will be down there. We'll be deep sea fishing coming up too as well. Hey, I also wanted to ask you about this real quick. Great team at River House. Talk about that real quick. Just the River House artists, which you are now. Congratulations on that record deal. You got so many great people behind you too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, it's been by far the best thing to happen to me.
Mm-hmm.
I was a kid coming out of college when COVID hit, and that's kind of the time where you either got to get a job and grow up, or and it was that's what I was doing, making music with the band before COVID hit, and then after that we were kind of in the middle of nowhere, not sure what to do, and I was up in Nashville writing songs, and I was writing some at River House, and they offered me a publishing deal to write songs, and I signed it, and then we signed a development record label deal. So just trying to make it happen. We work hard every day and try to chip away and win every day that we can, and hopefully it'll go our way, and we can rack up a few more wins and be off to the races.
I think you're going to be fine, brother. It's like the Kentucky Derby was this past weekend. He's on his way around that track, and he's going to hit that finish line, no doubt about it, too, as well. And I love to see the growth, man. It's been fantastic. Again, GrantGilbertMusic.com, and Take Me Out to the Bars, the current single across all the digital platforms. My friend, looking forward to catching up this fall when new projects and new music come out. Appreciate you always making time for us. And the best part about this show is we get to do it again, no doubt, right?
That's right.
The one, the only Grant Gilbert, tomorrow Ashley Ryan on the program. We'll see you guys tomorrow at 4:00 here. From all of us here, the Backstage Pass, powered by the SportsGuysPodcast.com. Have a terrific night. Another great artist coming up this week, Ashley Ryan on the program, and so much more coming up over the next few weeks. It's hard to even talk about it. We got to say goodnight. Until then, have a great night. And from all of us here, 2023 Josie Music Award nomination for the best podcast, media, and internet radio. Hope to win that in October. Thanks so much to the Josie Music Awards for making that possible here to make our brand stand out even more. We'll talk to you guys tomorrow at 4. Until then, take